So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where in the world you're connecting from. If you don't know me, again, my name is Antonio.sangio, and I practice and teach introspective hypnosis and past life therapy. I also practice life between lives. Today, we have a beautiful and smart guest. We have Olena met with us. Olena, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. So the reason why I have Olena with me today is because I wanted to, and what I'm going to do with other participants. Olena went to Peru with us in March, right? The first week of
Correct.
March, and we did the Rebirth of the Soul tour. We spent 2 days in Lima, which is optional, but then we started 8 days in Cusco. So I invited Olena so she could give us her testimonial on what she experienced in Cusco. Olena, why don't you? Well, first of all, let's say, right? You started introspective hypnosis. You took a live class with me and Alba Wyman, right?
Yes, correct. And that was almost a year ago,
Almost a
a
year
little
ago.
more. Hmm.
So even in that class, I was mentioning about the trip to Cusco, and I was motivating people to join me.
Yes. And already in that class, I knew that's going to be a life-changing experience. So in
Oh,
my
thank you.
mind, I signed up for that tour. I knew I was coming.
Yeah, awesome. So what was your expectation? What were your expectations when you joined this tour? What did you think you were going to get out of this tour? What motivated you to join this event?
I think what motivated me is releasing whatever is left for me to release in terms of what I think was blocking me
Hmm.
and becoming a completely new person.
I see. I
So,
remember you.
rebirth of myself.
Awesome. Yeah, well, you had a session with me during the course, and interesting things happened there. So I would say your process started in the class. That was
Yes.
the trigger, right?
Hmm.
Let's back up a little bit. What happened after that session? And by the way, her session is on YouTube. Let me go there to my channel and tell you the number. I don't know if you know that by heart. Um, Hold on. Let me tell you the session number here. This was like a year ago.
Hmm. I don't remember the number. But what happened to me after the session,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
mm,
342. That's your session.
yeah,
342.
342.
Mhm.
So I haven't talked to my mother for a long time. And during the session, that came up for me. And the same day, I messaged her.
Very good.
And we started to talk again. Yeah.
So
So a
the
big block, a thing that was bothering me actually got resolved during the session.
healing started at that moment.
Healing
Right?
started. Yes.
Awesome. So based on that, you say you decided to join the Rebirth of the Soul tour because you wanted to be reborn, your
I wanted
soul.
to be reborn and become a brand new person with no
Okay,
limitations.
very
Yes.
good. But let's start with your impressions. What happened when you got to Lima?
Oh, Lima is beautiful. So the weather was amazing. People were awesome. We stayed at a nice hotel, beautiful restaurants. Food was delicious. We went to the beach. We went to the museums.
Right.
I mean, even the museum, I don't remember what exactly,
The
what
Larkin
was the
Museum
name
is
of.
the Gold Museum. Larkin Museum.
Mhm.
Hmm.
It was beautiful. So inside the exhibitions were beautiful. The place was amazing with like
Nice.
lots of flowers. We went to a cafe in the center of that museum, had some, what did we have? What was the word for the drink? The corn?
Chicha.
Chicha,
Chicha is made of purple corn.
the
Right.
purple corn drink. Yeah.
Yes.
So um, we had lots of fun in
Yeah.
Lima.
Lots of fun. And Lima is optional. Though I recommended people, you guys are coming to Peru, and yes, the event is in Cusco. You might as well spend 2 days in Lima. And I'm there with everybody. I'm there with you the whole time. So you don't need to worry
Yeah.
about the language. You don't need to worry about um,
Nothing. We didn't worry about anything.
anything, right? And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Anyway, so Lima was nice. We also went to Larcomar, this place by the beach. It's a cliff. Remember the shopping center, the
Yes,
mall,
yes, the
and
shopping center
and the
and also
sand
beautiful restaurant right by
with the
the water.
sunset.
It was beautiful, beautiful
Beautiful.
sunset. So yeah, we had a lot of conversations.
Yep. Yes.
Fun times, fun
Fine
times.
time. Then
And just time to adjust after the long flight and get to know each other, so connect to each other
of
was
course.
nice.
The beautiful thing here is that a lot of the participants knew each other already because he had even taken a course or a workshop, and I created a WhatsApp group so that you guys could be in touch even before getting to Peru. So there
Yes.
was this
Yes.
camaraderie even before you arrived to Peru.
Yes.
It was good. We After 2 days we take our flight to Cusco.
Cusco.
Were you able to see it
Hmm.
from the window of the plane?
Yes, I
The
have some
mountains and
recordings.
you have some recordings. That's
I have
beautiful,
some
right?
recordings. It was beautiful.
Good. How was it
Oh,
when we landed in Cusco? You got to this place.
oh my God.
Wow.
So the elevation is real.
Yes.
You feel it. You feel it right away. It's definitely. But in Cusco, we took the bus, went to the hotel, so we also had time to adjust, drink some munya tea, rest, and rest was very important.
Very important.
And then I think we had a workshop the next day,
The next day, and we had the symptoms of the soul
the
workshop. So
symptoms of the soul workshops. And
actually, huh? Go ahead.
and I was lucky to get another session
I
from
know
Antonio, work on some more things.
more
So
things.
that was beautiful.
That's good. And
Yeah.
and 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 the first day, which is I recommend. I mean, the first day is not included. I recommended people to get a day before any of our activities to Cusco, so
Yes.
you're able to rest that day. The second day, we do the workshop, so there's not much activity, physical activity. So you're able to rest a little bit more. And then
Hmm.
on our third day in Cusco, which is actually the second day of the tour, then we do what we call the city tour. In the city tour, we visited, remember Sacsayhuaman,
Oh
the
my God,
fortress of the
it was
stones?
beautiful. Saksa woman.
Yeah,
It
that's
was amazing.
everybody
Amazing
says, how do
place.
you pronounce the name? Or remember the name, remember this word, sexy
Sexy woman.
woman, right? But in Quechua, which is the language of the Incas, right? Sacsayhuaman is a fortress. How do you feel being in front of those huge stones putting together?
You feel the energy. It's the energy of the place. It's the beauty of the place. It was fantastic. Now, I do recommend to listen to all the recommendations. That's important. So you got to
Right.
wear a hat in there and you got to have sunscreen because on the first day it's Sexy Woman, I did get burned because I didn't
Eh,
listen.
Everybody was red, and I was because we get together before the trip, and we have at least a couple of Zoom meetings, and I give a lot of tips, recommendation.
Hmm.
I say bring sunblock, bring a hat. Even
Yeah.
though it could be cold, the UV rays are really high, and it's gonna. So everybody was red after the first day. I said,
Yeah.
"How do you think
But
about
you
the
you
hats
can
now?"
tell you were on vacation. So it's good.
Yeah.
Not too bad, but yes.
Good. So Sacsayhuaman was great. It was the energy of the place.
Hmm.
It is amazing. Actually, every time I've been to Cusco already a few times, and every time I go to Cusco, it's the energy of the place that I feel. It makes me feel so happy. Then
Hmm.
after Sacsayhuaman, we went to the Moon Temple, right? So it's not that far from there, and we did a regression, right? What do you experience during
Hmm.
that regression?
Oh yes. So somehow I missed the part where we're doing regression, so I did not expect regression at all. And all of a sudden we're walking and Antonio says like, "Okay, everyone lays down." Just lay down and we're laying down. I was like, what's happening? And we had those
The,
perfect headsets.
mm-hmm,
We had a regression. Oh my God. Yeah. I went to three past lives.
mm-hmm. So you got more information.
I got more
Yeah.
information exactly about what was bothering me and happening at that time.
Very
So,
good.
yeah,
How did it feel to do a regression in this archaeological place, ancient place full of energy? How did it feel?
insane, insane.
It's experience because well, you have the smells of the place because it's an open field, and you have the
Yeah,
wind
yeah.
blowing,
Hmm,
and you
hmm.
have the temperature. So
And you
it's an
feel the
immersion.
earth under, right? So it's like it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of support, even I would say,
Good,
right?
good,
So lots of things came up for me, and I'm sure they came up for everyone in the group.
yeah, yeah. And if you guys watch the video, you will see people even getting emotional, right? You
Hmm.
see people tears rolling down as we were going through this regression. And
Hmm.
then, of course, we visited some other places the same day. We went to Coricancha and some other place, and the following day we went to Sacred Valley.
Oh, Sacred Valley. So that's the one we went early in the morning, right? I
We
think.
went early in the morning, Sacred Valley.
Yes, it
So
was beautiful. There were no people. We were the only ones at that time of the day,
right,
and we learned so much history, so much tradition. Hector was our guide, and he was absolutely fantastic,
amazing,
explaining
amazing.
everything.
Yeah,
He knows everything.
he knows everything.
He knows everything.
He's like an encyclopedia, right?
Yeah, he even predict your questions, right? So
Yes. Yes. Um, we also well and there's a marketplace which is really nice in this area. And remember, finally you bought your hat.
I was just like, is that where I bought my hat? Yes.
There's where
Yes.
you bought you that's
And we
PSAC. That's in PSAC.
Pizzac, yes. And we tasted, what was it called? The traditional pastry.
The empanada.
Empanada, was it
It was
empanada?
empanada, right?
Maybe
I
because it
think
just
so.
reminded me my grandma's, cooking.
Okay.
Actually, it's like similar to Ukraine a little bit. And
Yeah.
oh, the empanadas were delicious. Yeah, it
Very
was like
good.
a original old-fashioned oven, and they put the empanadas inside
Yeah.
to warm them up. So beautiful experience.
It was nice. It was nice.
Hmm.
And then, well, the following day remember we had our session with the Paco. The Paco is, we want to call it the
Oh,
shaman or the Andean priest. His actual name
yes.
is Victor. We had him last year, and it was amazing. And this man, simple man, humble man with lots of wisdom, has a special gift. And I noticed that last year with the other group that I took, that he was giving like personalized messages to people, and I didn't record it. So they had to remember kind of what he was saying, and part
Hmm.
of it, the message was in Quechua, that's the language there. And Hector had to remember some of those things in order to translate them. But this time I knew what was coming, and I recorded every message he was giving to you guys. So, what was your experience with Victor with the Paco?
So, first of all, when we drove there, right, it's a beautiful place. There are mountains in there,
It's a lagoon there,
greenery,
right?
lagoon, nobody's around. We walked up the hill a little bit, and what I didn't realize, right, I thought, okay, we have a ceremony and that's it. So I kind of like, I went through, I turned what's the word? The plan, the trip plan,
Uh-huh.
right? But many things I kind of like didn't pay attention, I guess. So
Okay.
I thought we're just having a ceremony. I listened, but I didn't listen.
Maybe you thought we were gonna sit on the ground in a circle and do something.
Yeah. But it was like extremely fashionable and beautiful event, right? Because we had chairs, there were people meeting us with cocktails. There was like very nice portable bathroom, even like with a curtain, right, for
Right.
private, like beautiful. And we also had lunch in there. That was, I
It
think,
was a delicious lunch.
the best lunch in the best location you can possibly
Beautiful
imagine, with a
scenery.
view to the lagoon. It's mind blowing. And oh my God, Victor.
What did he tell you?
Well, first of all, as soon as he started to talk, I was in trance. So I just feel my eyes are closing. I would open my eyes, close my eyes. So just listening
I
to
remember.
his voice, and I was in complete trance. And then we had to hold the cocoa leaves,
The coca leaves,
and
right?
I remember we had to come up with two names, your name and somebody else
Right.
that need blessing. And I remember when one by one he would call a person for
Right.
blessings. I would go down. I told him the names, and right away I remember him talking about the mother, though. So the name that I had in my head was my mom's name.
Somehow he knew,
And he
right?
knew right away he
Right.
was talking about my mother. And yeah, when he touched me, he kind of like blew the air into the
Hmm.
top of my head. And I was just in trance. I could not
Yeah, I
move.
remember.
It's insane feelings. Like you don't need ayahuasca. People
No,
think
you
like if there is a shaman, it has to be some kind of
yeah,
ayahuasca or mushrooms. No, he was so
no.
powerful. You didn't need any substance from outside. It's
Right.
just the energy.
This ceremony, by the way, is the offering to Pachamama, to
Yeah,
Mother Earth, right?
yeah, yeah. And so the message for me was about love,
Mm-hmm.
that I need like to be more love, to feel more unconditional love, and to bring the love into the world.
Yeah.
So it was a beautiful message.
Yeah, and everybody you will say you will think, right? Oh, he must be saying the same thing to everybody. No, he said different things to
Yes.
everybody, and they were exactly it was exactly what they needed to hear.
Yeah.
I
And
remember,
for many people, it was like something they were struggling with, and he
right,
would give an advice as well. So
right.
it was shocking, but not shocking at the same time.
Hmm. So it was good. So we did all of that, and then we had our lunch. And this was like
Delicious.
it's catering this
Yeah.
place with a beautiful
Yeah.
view on the tent and the servers.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was nice.
It was like high-end restaurant in the most beautiful location ever. Yeah.
Good. Then what other part of the trip is the one that you enjoyed? I don't know, maybe going to Machu Picchu, going to Ollantaytambo. Remember we had to climb? We were very
Yes.
early in the morning. We were the only ones in this place. You know, Ollantaytambo,
Yes.
where the train station is, right?
Yes, yes. So, oh my God, the train to Machu Picchu, that was fun. So there were a lot of dancing, a lot of
On
celebrating
our
on
way
the
back,
train,
yeah.
a fashion show. So train from Machu Picchu to Cusco was something. Was it Cusco? No, was another one we were.
We went to Machu Picchu Pueblo, which is the bottom of Machu Picchu. It used to be called Aguascalientes, now it's called Machu Picchu Pueblo.
Uh-huh.
So you got that. I mean, you guys watched the video, that dancing, and that was on our way
Yeah.
back
On the way back. Yeah, yeah,
from
yeah.
Cusco to Machu Picchu Pueblo to Ollantaytambo. You got to be one of the models.
Yes. Thank to Antonio, I was one of the models. But even fashion show, yeah, fashion show, with the alpaca, different kind of like clothing. Clothing was beautiful. I mean, it was fun. It was very
It
entertaining,
was
and the
good.
train was like all made out of windows, so you were able to enjoy the nature, and even you could
Good.
walk out outside of the cart,
Right.
and
There was like the kind of balcony there, right?
like a balcony, so you were
Mm,
able to feel the air,
mm.
do some recording and pictures. And yeah, Machu Picchu was beautiful. It was raining at the beginning with lots of clouds, but then it cleared.
Remember
A
that
lot
that
of,
wind that came and
yeah,
cleared the
yeah,
clouds and yeah.
yeah, cleared the clouds. So a lot of people in Machu Picchu, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Lots of tourists. But I think my favorite spot, I think, was the Sacred Valley,
Mm-hmm. Pisac?
right? When, yes,
Or the restaurant where we went to have our lunch one of the days. There was a restaurant, remember? Or you're talking about Pisac.
I think I'm talking about the Pisac
Pisac.
when we
Okay,
were
very
going.
good.
But yeah, yeah,
Because you have
yeah.
Pisa at the market and you have Pisa at the terraces, right? Remember?
The
Yeah,
terraces, when we went up
yeah.
to the terraces,
The
that was
beautiful
like the
view
most
there.
powerful for me. Yeah.
Very
But
good.
Machu Picchu is a must see. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
that's just phenomenal as well.
Absolutely. But we went to the Umantay Lagoon, the Umantay Lake.
Oh my God. Oh my
How was
God.
your experience? Well,
That
you were the
was
first
the
one to get there. There was nobody when you got there. I have
Right?
that
Right.
recorded.
That was a cherry on top of the cake. I swear to God. It is a bit of a drive to get there,
Yeah.
but it is so worth it. We took the horses to get up, and we took a little the car
Oh,
to
the
get
motor.
to the horses.
Right, right.
The mobile thingy. Like, thank God we did it
Mhm.
because that's a bit of a
I know
walk.
we saved a lot of time.
We saved a lot of time because that's a hike.
Yeah.
Yeah, the horses were fun. I love horses, right? So they made our life much easier getting up. And when we came to the lake, there was nobody there. We were
Nobody.
first. So we were
Was
able just to, you know, enjoy the view,
yeah.
just stay there in peace and quiet,
That's good.
absorb it all. And I've never seen anything more magnificent
And then we
than
had
that.
another ceremony there in Numantai Lagoon. We got together, right? So it was
Yes,
nice.
yes, yes.
What
We
is
we did like a love circle
right,
or a hug circle. Yeah,
right. That was close to the end of our tour,
yeah.
So that one took a lot of effort. What do you get from the people in Cusco?
Very
What?
kind, very kind, very connected to earth. I wish I had. I wish I had that,
And
like
and and
simplicity and connection.
so
Yeah,
so this is something that I got. They all happy,
yeah,
They're
and they're
they
happy.
they're happy and they're humble. Um, they're there to help you with anything that you need, and that's not. I'm not talking about hotel. I'm talking about everybody
Yeah,
and the connection with the element, the connection with earth, the connection with the water, the connection with the wind, the
hmm,
mountains, what we call the apus. And you see some of them living like for example, Victor. Victor has maybe a small house, and I think he has alpacas, if I'm not mistaken.
mm,
And he's happy with what he has. And
yeah,
he was even telling us that his father always told him, "Don't worry about getting material things. That is
yeah.
not important, right?"
Yeah,
And there's when we see how little it takes to
to
be
be
happy.
happy. Yeah.
Just maybe a piece of land, a little small house. They have a house made of mud or bricks, couple of animals, and they were super happy and a
Oh,
lot of
and
wisdom.
alpacas are everywhere. Oh my God, they're so cute. They're everywhere. And we went to that place where we were able to
like
feed
like a sanctuary,
alpacas,
right?
like a sanctuary. Yeah, they
That
explained
was
us.
nice. You got a nice
Ah,
selfie there, I remember.
oh
But,
yes. I was harassing all the alpacas.
okay,
For sure. I try to get the kisses from them. Yeah, they're very cute. It's a beautiful sanctuary, lots of information. We also went to see how they're making the wool
we
and
went to Chincheros to see the
chincheros,
textiles,
the
right?
textile. That was very
It's
interesting
amazing.
to learn as well.
Yeah,
And I remember the lady had sense of humor. Oh my God.
right.
She was very funny.
It was
That's
very
something about
good.
like killing ex-husband and using bones for I don't remember
She was
for
she
like
was being funny because they were using that in order to knead or to create
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
textile.
Yeah, yeah.
So what did you, the tour finished, right? I know that you stayed like a couple more
Hmm.
days in Cusco, which is I think it was wise. You unwind and you do things at your own pace. Even though we did have a free day to do whatever we wanted. What happened when you got back home? What do you feel you got from that experience, being in Lima, being in Cusco, having the two workshops? We did two workshops, the symptoms of the soul and the soul in the womb, and we also facilitated sessions. We also did a regression in archaeological site, and we also did a ceremony in Umantay
Hmm.
Lagoon. What did you get from it? Did it meet your expectations? How was it for you?
It's definitely exceeded my expectations and I started to move forward. So I felt stuck for a little bit and now it's almost like, okay, it's time for me to live my life. And
Awesome.
without any fears, I move forward and I push myself every day. So
Very
yeah,
good. Awesome. Thank you.
yeah.
So, What advice would you give to anybody thinking about the possibility of joining this next year? And
Uh,
I wish you could join next year. It's a lot of fun. uh,
don't think, just do it.
just do it.
Just do it. Because yeah, it's life changing. It's life changing.
Yeah.
And do listen to all the recommendations.
Yeah. We're saying
And
it for
that's
a
it.
reason.
Yeah, open mind, open heart, and just do it. You will not regret it.
Right. So for people that come from the US or Canada or some other countries, they might think, I don't know if I'm gonna be secure in Lima. How am I going to navigate the city? Do they have to worry about anything,
I
any of
think
that?
absolutely not. I think I feel less secure in Canada than it was for me in Lima.
Oh yeah.
I was walking the streets all by myself. Not, oh my God, the festival. The festival. When we
The,
were there was a
we call it
festival where
carnaval. You got wet.
Carnaval.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yes. So everyone had like a soap spray and
Yeah.
oh, it
That was
was
nice.
fun.
In Cusco, there is an activity like every other day, in
There was
the main square.
I actually, when I stayed, there was like a second carnival, and
It
that
was gonna
time
happen.
I got
You were
not
prepared.
I got not only soaped, I got colors. I couldn't. Well,
So
the color washed off pretty fast,
So
so I
that
mean,
was I didn't I forgot that it was gonna be like we call it
yeah,
carnaval, like the same
yeah,
as in South
yeah.
America, Rio and Brazil they do their own carnival, right? Um, I forgot about that
But
one, but it was nice,
it was awesome to see because there was music, people were happy, people dancing on the street, lots of kids playing. Then there were lots of people wearing different outfits, like
right?
traditional outfits. So it was just
De
beautiful,
Depending on where
beautiful.
part of Cusco they were, the colors say
Yeah.
where they're coming from. Another thing that you'll see in Cusco, how important family is, because you
Hmm.
saw in the main square, you saw the kids, but you also saw the parents playing
Yes.
with the kids.
Yes. Yes.
Family
Everyone
is very
together.
important. Everybody together.
Even stray dogs, right? Because I was in India, so it was heartbreaking for me to see the stray dogs on the streets. But
They Everybody
in
feeds them.
Peru, stray dogs are so well fed and taken care of. I was in shock. I did not
Yeah,
feel sorry whatsoever. They knew what they were doing,
yeah.
water everywhere, food everywhere. So yeah,
If you reincarnate as a stray dog, ask for
go to
Cusco.
Peru. Yeah.
Ask for Cusco.
I
Okay.
actually, when I stayed there, I was walking the street and there was like one black dog who started to follow. So he actually kind of like guided me through the streets. So he
Okay.
runs forward. I called him my Peruvian guardian angel. He runs forward, looks at me, waits for me. I move, and he
Ah,
knows
interesting.
he would stop at this, vendor, get some food, and another one, get some water. So he kind of like was walking, showing me the area, showing me the streets. He got chicken after for
Okay.
his guidance. So yeah,
Very good. Very good. Awesome.
almost took him to Canada, almost,
Almost.
but it seems like he was happy there.
Good. Olena, thank you very much for joining me today and for sharing with us your experience. I know that I mean a lot of you and even the previous groups have mentioned how the transformation they experienced when they went to Cusco, or at least a different view of the world. Because
Hmm.
you're going into another world when you go to Lima, when you go to Cusco. So thank you very much for sharing this time with us.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say before we say goodbye?
Um, no, just be brave and do it. It's gonna be very beneficial for your
Yes.
soul.
Very good. And
Yeah,
just in case you guys want to know, Olena is practicing introspective hypnosis in Canada. Where are you located?
I'm in Hamilton,
Hamilton.
Ontario, close by to Toronto.
Good.
Yeah.
So I'll put it here, but just tell them your email in case they want to contact you or your website. What is your
Hmm.
website?
It's www.hypnotherapybyolena.com.
Yeah. And Olena spells Olena.
Olena.
There we
Yeah.
go. Awesome. Thank you again. I'm going to stop the recording. You stay with me.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.